If any key word came out of that weekend and out of this weekend, the word is balance. And really, that's kind of a theme throughout the whole teacher training. Because it's really never that we arrive, right? It's that we're always working with balance. We're always working with polarity and finding balance. So I think that's a good segue into Ayurveda, because Ayurveda really is about balance. All life and the universe is made up of 5 elements. And we've talked a little bit about these, but I want to spend a little more time on this tridoshic principle, this understanding of the elements, because it really sets the foundation for all of Ayurveda. And so when we look at these evolutes, when we get down to the very end of the evolutes of consciousness, we look at the way in which ether and air combine to make what's called vata. Fire and water make pitta, and water and earth make kapha. And so this system, this tradition, you see, it's like when we talk about yoga and Ayurveda, we're really looking at yoga is this Purusha. It's like this is where we practice yoga, is in this realm, and this is Ayurveda, everything else, matter. So consciousness and form is what we're talking about. And the different elements are air, space, fire, water, and earth. And when you put together air and space, you get the dosha, which is called vata dosha. When you put together water and fire, you get pitta dosha. And when you put together water and earth, it's kapha dosha. And to the degree that you have these elements, everyone has all of them in varying degrees. And so that's what makes us look different. And when we're born, we come in with a certain constitution, a certain sort of number of qualities of these in different proportions. And that's what makes up who we are and what we look like and the way we are. The vata dosha governs all movement. So all of the movement in the body is governed by vata. And the vata dosha, they call the queen of the doshas, it tends to have the ability to throw everything else off. So a lot of attention in Ayurveda is given to the vata dosha. Because it's the wind can pull all of the other elements out of balance. So it's really important to tend to that first. And so a lot of Ayurvedic practitioners will really focus on bringing vata into balance, because when vata comes into balance, the other doshas will follow. And so it's really nice in a yoga practice to always do practices that pacify vata, because it really does need to be attended to. So if you're not doing a practice that has some quality of groundedness, it's probably not going to help you. There has to be some place to start. So you'll see a lot of yoga teachers always start with getting rooted. That helps the root chakra and it helps vata. As yoga practitioners, we want to live a sattvic life. And the sattvic guna is balanced. So it all becomes about balance. If you're a sattvic any type, it's going to help bring the whole dosha into balance. So these are qualities that we cultivate, qualities of the mind that we cultivate through our practices and through our choices. How do we develop a sattvic mind? Through our practices. Meditation is one really profound way to affect the mind. So practicing meditation. We did a few practices in the very first weekend. We practiced the yamas and niyamas. The yamas and niyamas help to cultivate a sattvic mind. Yeah? We can make choices about what it is that we want to put our attention to, where we want our attention to go, what we want our lives to look like. And we do it through the gunas, like the choices that we make about the mind.